Hi, Brian Balmages here, and I wanted to take a moment and talk to you about the inspiration behind a solitary wish. Inspiration comes from anywhere and everywhere, and people always ask, what inspires you? And this particular piece was inspired by a story that I actually read on social media about a friend of mine named Katie, who was out with her family and was running into a Target and ran across a girl named Joyce. Well, Joyce was homeless. And for whatever reason, Katie suddenly had a moment where she thought about it and thought, well, is there anything that I can do to help this girl? Well, was asking people for a pair of shoes. She had sandals and it was getting cold and she had nothing. And so she was just asking people if somebody would buy her a pair of shoes. So my friend Katie took her into the store and did buy a pair of shoes. And on top of that said, well, let me buy you lunch. And that turned into, let me buy you some food. And they started walking around the store, and little things that we don't think about, such as, well, do you have anywhere that you can open canned soup? And Joyce would reply, well, there's a 7-Eleven with a can opener and a microwave, and I can do it there. Or, why don't you take the jumbo jar of peanut butter? And Joyce would reply, because it's too heavy for me to carry around everywhere. Little things that we don't even think about. And it's such a big deal for people like Joyce. Probably the most important thing was as they were walking through Target, my friend Katie noticed that people around them started to avert their eyes from their whole family. She wasn't sure if it was Joyce or her or who was responsible for it, but she started to realize for a small moment in time what it possibly could feel like, just a glimpse into the world of somebody who spends the entire holiday season or the entire year on a corner asking for money, asking for help, and to be constantly walked by, constantly ignored, not paid attention to. Well, fast forward a few hours and I found myself ironically in the exact same situation in front of a store. And I watched as countless people walked by this person whose name was Bruce and either just said sorry or didn't do anything at all and just kept walking. So armed with my new perspective, I walked up and I asked him if there was anything that I could do. Bruce was really hungry. Bruce was really thirsty. So I took Bruce in and struck up a conversation with him and I bought him something. And during the course of our conversation, found out that Bruce has 3 kids, 2 in elementary, 1 in middle. Bruce admitted he's made some very terrible choices. And despite all that, he's trying so hard to regain his footing, but it's hard. And at the end of our conversation, more than anything, he just said to me, he said, you have no idea what it's like to spend all day with people just walking by and not even paying attention to you. So just thank you for stopping and talking. And it really made me think about the music you're about to hear. And it's all about the perspective of one person on a corner during the holiday season. We have everything. We spend the days arguing about who's going to get what gift and whose home we're going to go to and how long do we have to go there before we go to the next home. And then we have people like Joyce and Bruce who all they really want to do is somebody to notice who they are as they walk by. So as you hear this piece, I really want you to think about, be fortunate, be glad for all that you have, but also keep in mind all those people who don't have those things. And just open your heart to those people a little bit as you listen to this piece and hopefully make a difference this holiday season. Thank you.